We are grooving.
All right, yeah.
Whoa, wow. So that is such good music. For those of you who are listening, Hewie and I do a show called Learning Chromebooks, and Huey's going to do a intro for that as well. And that should be cool, right? Are you gonna do a groovy one, or what are you gonna do?
I don't know if I can outdo that one or not.
Listen, everybody, welcome to Tech for Senior Live. This is a Thursday. It's July 1st. July 1st was my mother's birthday. It's also Canada Day, and so it's a big holiday in Canada Day. So any Canadians listening, welcome to the show. So this for today, what we really want to do is we want you to put in, if you're listening, to please put in your name and where you're from. You'll see that Bob has and I and Hewie have all put in where we're from. And my gosh, we have we're all over the world. I mean, I'm in a little island off of the west coast of Canada. Bob's in New Mexico, and Huey's over in Florida. And when Bill James comes on, Bill's from Oklahoma. So we have, and usually we have, yes, Detler's in. Yeah, we'll talk in a minute. He's from Berlin. So we have a lot of people all over the place listening to the show. Pretty cool. So if you could put in when you log in, if you could tell us where you're from, that would be great. And it's interesting to see where everybody's from. As you know, we're broadcasting this on two feeds. Of course, it is, and it's not a Zoom meeting. You know, I should look. No one's logged into our Zoom account yet, but we usually have from our Monday show a whole bunch of people logging in to the Zoom account. So it's not a Zoom account. So it's Facebook or our YouTube channel. Details, of course, are on our website or in our newsletter. So and of course this is recorded. So if you want to go back and you want to listen to us over and over and over again, then you can certainly do that. Let's introduce everyone today. Hewie, how's your week going?
It's going great. It's Thursday already. I can't believe it.
And listen, you have something happening this week. What's going on this week?
I'm going to be a year older tomorrow.
Are you really?
Pretty good trick. 1 year older in 1 day.
Yep.
Now, listen, I got something for you today. I got you a special present, all right? And I wanted just to show you that. Are you watching?
I am. Sound isn't on. Is there sound?
No. Okay. Come on. I worked my buns off. That's a gift.
I just want to make sure if you worked hard.
No, I made.
That looked good. Yeah, that looked great. Yeah, it made my day.
I made you a GIF, and I figured out how to do a GIF, and then I had to upload it to StreamYard and check it out. And now if anyone has a birthday, so listen, in the comments of people logging in, if you have a birthday, you've ever had a birthday, or you just want to see my cool GIF again, put it in the comments and I'll just play it. And it's so cool.
Murray said July 4th is his birthday.
There you go, Murray. Just played it again for you. So if you wanna see it, just let us know. But it's sort of cool. So I made you know how to do that. I didn't know how to do that, Hewie, but anyway, I figured out how to make a GIF. I think you did a course on that. Didn't you show us how to do that?
Yeah, I think I did.
I think you did that on the on our Monday show, right?
Yeah, and Monday also asked me about a program called Flip.
Yeah.
And of all things, it just didn't. I had a senior moment because it's a program I've been using for years to get. It's a great program to be able to see what the printed newspaper ads look like from all different stores.
Right. And you use that all the time, don't you?
I used to, and I still try to once in a while.
Yeah.
But I have it on my my Android phone, and I also have it on my desktop.
Right. Cool. Bob, how's your week going? What's new with you?
Finally starting to warm up again today. Last couple of days, we could have used some heat.
Right.
But the way I'm situated, I either have air conditioning or I have heat, but I don't have both at the same time.
Yeah, well, I got it's been hot, as you know. British Columbia and Western Canada and the United States has been extremely hot, and there's been all sorts of. In fact, the hottest place in Canada set records this whole week was Lytton, British Columbia. Unfortunately, last night a forest fire came through and it burnt the whole town down.
Yeah.
So our hearts go out to those people in Lytton. Yeah, it was really a sad situation. So it has been really hot, but it's nice and cool today. It's I don't have the air conditioning on, the windows are open, and it's actually a very nice day. So, but Bob, do you get forest fires up where you are? Because you're sort of in a rural area, aren't you? There's lots of trees around.
Where I am, there aren't any trees around except the ones we planted. I sit on a plateau, and the only trees that are here are the ones that people have planted.
Oh, okay.
There aren't any other than that. But I'm not that far away from actual mountains and forests, and so yeah, you can have, and you don't have to have trees to have to worry about fire. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of brush that can very easily catch fire. So no trees, but enough of the other stuff. So.
Yeah, here in Florida, we get some muckland fires, which are underground basically, and they burn and they're difficult to get out. And so when we have some droughts, that's a problem here in Florida.
Yeah. Well, good news is we have lots of technology to talk about today.
Do we?
Yeah, we got lots of stuff to talk about. Let's see who's online here. Let's see. Dick Vogel's calling from Sanford, Florida. We are waiting for rain. Are you waiting for rain down there?
It's sunny here. We've been getting rain in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Every afternoon.
And Detler's on from Berlin, finally. It's been raining finally. My lawn may survive. Yes, indeed. In fact, one of the things I'm not sure if we'll get to it or not today, but was we're talking about all these gadgets we're using, but electric lawnmowers, not the like robotic lawnmowers, they're popular now.
Yep.
And Murray, good morning again from cloudy. Yes, indeed, it's cloudy here. So Murray, it's the same weather pattern, which is nice because it's cool and it's certainly don't have to run the AC all day. Joan, of course, is from Victoria, and Dick is, I think he said, Sanford. And where do we got? Bobby is from Phoenix. Oh, now there's a hot spot. That's usually cooking down there in Phoenix. I wonder how that is today. Dunedin, Florida. Stu bought her off. How would you say that? Butteroff, yeah. Dunedin, Florida. He was on last week. And let's have a look here. Murray says, July 4th will be my birthday. As I grow up, I was usually in Coeur d'Alene. Oh, I know where Coeur d'Alene is. Yeah, my dad used to take the family there And they had this great big huge pool in the center of the town, and it was great. I love the big parties, fireworks, and locals put on to celebrate my birthday on 4th of July. That's right. Indeed, indeed.
Do you guys have fireworks for Canada Day?
Yeah, sometimes the bigger places. I'm not, it's not as big a deal, I think, with July 4th as typically I think about July 4th as fireworks, I think of Canada Day as flying the Canadian flag and not so much fireworks, but people do fireworks and stuff, I guess.
Lots of places by us, we're going to be having bans on fireworks.
Yeah, well, that's exactly.
So dry. All you need is a spark, and you wind up with, who's going to lose their house for a firecracker. Not worth it.
It's also most of the municipalities and cities and stuff have all banned fireworks. You can't buy them. They're not. It's not the same. You even if you wanted them, you can't really get them.
You can buy them. You can buy them. You're just not allowed to use them.
Use them, yeah.
The sale is still there. Yep.
Venice, Florida. Jim Tallman. Yep, Jim Tallman. Gerald Smith. It was 38 degrees in Comox on Sunday. Yes, indeed, it was hot. But was it really 38 degrees in Comox on Sunday? Yes, it was. I think it was up to 40. It's now 63 in Seattle. Yeah, it's cool. It's nice and cooling down. And I got some construction projects. The contractors are going to start on my new deck on Friday. So they'll be happy that it's cooler. Kirkland, Washington. Kirkland. That has a ring. That has a ring about it.
Yeah, we have a Kirtland Air Force Base here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So is that any relationship to the Kirkland product?
No, it sounds the same, but it's not spelled the same.
Oh, okay.
Ours is Kirtland.
And do you think Montreal will be able to come back in the NHL games? I think we better stick to a tech show here. This is we get into politics and we get into sports. We'll be going on forever. Clifton, New Jersey. Okay.
Yep. I know exactly where that one is.
Oh, really? Where is that a big place or small place?
But it's not far away from New York.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, welcome everyone. Bob, here's Bob Baxter. From Bellevue, Washington. Okay, so you're cool and it's 67. Yeah, so you're part of this overcast cooling thing. That's good. Yeah. Oh, and hold on. And Sally Ann says yes, we are home. Okay. So I wonder if that's how they got is that how they got the Kirkland brand? Yes, we are home of Costco Kirkland brand. Well, isn't that? I didn't know that. See, you learn something every day, right? It is indeed. So if you are logging on and you are coming on the show, or you're just thinking about, please drop us a note in the comments and let us know where you're from. If you've had a birthday, or you just want to hear my birthday gif again, I'll play it for you again. We're happy to do that.
Let's talk tech.
By next week.
You guys want to talk tech? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to talk tech? Well, we can.
Yeah. Microsoft has got themselves in a jam.
Really?
Everybody's dumping on them something fierce because they really have screwed things up.
Really?
If you go to their website, their the program to test if it's ready for Windows 11 is no longer online. Yep. They took it off because there was so much controversy about it. There's lots of ideas and lots of information about the different things that you can't use it with. And what it's turning out to be apparently is, well, we came out with Windows 11 so you can buy new computers. Mm-hmm. Is what the consensus seems to be in the pundits who write about technology. The guys with the big names, not just like us, but the guys with the big names, and are saying that it looks like it was mostly done just to sell new computers, and it's because I've got two older computers here that I took out. I had to update them to at least Windows 1806, because both of them were older than that. And I got one of them to 1806. I got the other one to the latest version, and both of them will not run 21.
There's still
20.
hope with all the backlash that's coming that they may wind up lightening their restrictions.
Yep. Which means I got to go in and change things and then test it more. So it's going to be
Yep.
there's a lot of backlash on it.
Well, yes, and we're going to talk. I think there's an article here about the TPM chip, just because this is the big article, and we'll come to that in a minute. But TPM chips have been around for a long time, and then of course Chromebooks have always had a TPM chip as part of their security, and that is part of every Chromebook. And when you start up a Chromebook, it runs the software, the operating system, through the TPM chip 3 times. It does a superficial, intermediate, and deep scan to make sure that there are no changes in the operating system. So it is a security chip, and that has to be bought from Google and placed, if whoever's manufacturing the machine into the Chromebook.
And if it's not in your PC, you have to either purchase one, and in a lot of cases, it's not going to be possible. And two, the price of them have skyrocketed.
They're scalping.
And three, that most people can't do it. So it's not something most people are going to be able to do anyway. And so it's going to require a new computer.
Yeah. Well, I guess our Chromebook session's going to get busier, right?
You still have till 2025 to stay with Windows 10. It's fully supported. So it's not like it's the end of the world.
And all the pundits are saying that's probably going to get extended too.
Right. All right. So let's look at our articles. For those of you who are listening or who please remember that Bob, Hewie, and I post all the latest in technology articles on our Facebook page. And that's what we're actually looking at here is our Facebook page. And so we're hitting pretty good. We broke the Windows 11 story right on mark. Like it was only on the line for about an hour, and we posted it. So I mean, we've got some pretty good stuff that's right up to date. And Bob, are these damn vacuums going to get any cheaper? I mean, this was just came online this morning, and it was Wise's crazy cheap laser mapping robot for $216.
I don't know. I paid $199 for mine.
I mean, oh my gosh. I'm just so, but I can't get them in Canada, which of course frustrates me. Anyway.
You got some friends, they'll buy it for you and ship it to you. It'll work fine in Canada.
Well, I hope to be down in Arizona in October, but anyway, but just to let everyone know, this is really a cool deal, and that it's got LiDAR with it. It's got all this stuff, and it's $216. Come on, iRobot, you got to get your act together, right?
And I believe that includes the shipping. Shipping is now included.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because they've made some changes. Their prices had gone up, and the reason they went up is because shipping was included.
Unbelievable.
So if they're lowering it, you're still going to get your shipping.
So the next one, this was on this morning, and it was sort of a fun little. Do you guys see this one? This is Amazon plans. This is the new delivery vehicle for Amazon, and it's going to run around and deliver your parcels. And it's going to be built in Finland, and they have tested it in 3 different cities in the United States. Now, I don't know about you, but how many times is that going to get stolen? I'm just figuring if you got this out running around delivering parcels, not only will people steal the parcels, but that looks like a pretty cool little device. And I wonder how many times they're going to get stolen. And how does it get the device onto your doorstep? Do you guys know anything more about that?
Nope. Did you read, or did I? I'm not even sure if I talked about it. I may have, about the guy that built a great big house, huge house, and then in front of it built a miniature house for prime deliveries, because where he was living, his packages were getting stolen. So he built a box for them to put the deliveries in, but he made it as a replica of this big house. So he's got a huge house and then a little house that looks just like it out in front to get the packages. Now, that's being having a lot of money and not knowing what to do with it, and probably ordering an awful lot from Amazon.
Yeah, I don't. It's
almost like somebody we know.
I'm just figuring that this little thing driving around, some guy comes by in a pickup truck, like I just don't. Anyway, yeah, I guess. Anyway, it's sort of cool. Now,
isn't one of the pizza places has a unit like that too? Was it? It's not the pizza one. It's Domino's, I think.
Oh, really?
Where they deliver pizzas in this little autonomous vehicle.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, that's cool. Now this was interesting. I got to tell you guys, I got to bare my soul to you, and I'm not going to give you a hard time about this, but I really want to buy a drone. I'm not gonna hold it up as something I have and you don't, like I usually do. But this is really cool. I really want to, and this is the new. I don't know if you saw this, Google Wing. So Google has an app called Wing, and it's a free app, and you load it onto your phone. And it tells you if you're in an FAA certified area. It tells you if you can fly in that area, and it's called Google Wing. And I thought that was sort of interesting, and it makes it a lot easier to know where to fly because there's so many darn airports and heliports and all the different ports, and you can't fly around those. So this tells you where and when you can fly. I thought it was sort of interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Can you make it bigger?
The picture?
Yeah, please.
Yep. Let me see if we can do that. Let me see. That better?
Yep. You can keep going and just move it over to the right a little bit. Okay, move down.
I don't know how to do the right thing.
Move down.
No, it's not.
No.
Let's work on here. Where do we go? There we go. So that's the anyway. So it was called Google Wings, and that's an app that's available. So I thought that was cool. Oh my heavens! iPhone sold a lot. Apple sold a lot of iPhones. When I read this article, I thought Apple sold. I thought this was the whole number of phones that they sold, but it isn't. This Apple has sold more than 100 million iPhone 12. I thought this was all of their phones, but this is just the iPhone 12. Like, that's a lot of phones. 100 million phones.
Must be all that stimulus money.
It must be. But one of the things I wanted, and the reason I brought this up, is I thought this might be a good talk for anyone listening who is when we go and give talks, Hewie, Bob, and I, and we talk to audiences in the United States, 48% of the people have an iPhone. It is, and that's not true around other parts of the world. But when we do our talks, we have to realize that half those people will have iPhones, and we always get asked, Hewie and I get asked about Chromebooks, and I think one of the things that personally, I don't know if Hewie agrees with this, but if you have an iPhone, it's much better to get an iPad because the operating systems work and they talk to one another, and Apple is more intuitive with it with an iPad rather than buying a Chromebook. So if you're thinking about buying a tablet and you're thinking Chromebook, what am I going to get? Really, if you have an iPhone, think about an iPad. Do you agree with that, Hewie?
Kind of. I've got all of them, and
yeah.
It doesn't make any difference.
In
the scheme of things, it really doesn't.
But it is amazing.
Except for price.
Yeah, price, and it's easier if you learn one technology. It's easier to stay in that technology or that ecosystem.
Right.
But I use an iPhone and an Android phone and an iPad and a Chromebook. So.
Right. So.
And now a Fire tablet.
Oh, you got your Fire tablet.
Yep. We haven't used it yet, but I got everything loaded on it.
What do you
and
think?
the Windows computer, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Have you had a chance to test it out yet?
A little bit. Yeah. I set it up for Robin. She hasn't used it yet, but
Okay.
we've got it, and it looks nice. It feels nice. It's a nice size, the 10-inch.
Yeah.
And for $80, it was a nice
Good deal, eh?
purchase. Yeah.
Maybe do a little talk on it on our Monday show, eh?
Yeah, if I get to play with it, she lets me play with it.
Now this was a very. Do you guys see this? This came out this morning. I wanted Bob's opinion on this. This is about opera, and the article, and I wasn't normally going to put this up, but it came out on 9 to 5 Google, which is a pretty reputable site that a lot of articles come out on. And it said Opera is the first third-party browser to be optimized for Chromebooks. Now, for those of you who sort of know the history, we've had, of course, the Chrome browser for many years, which is integrated into the Chrome operating system. We've had, of course, Firefox, which is always trying to, come along, but it sort of has ups and downs. And of course, the third party was, of course, the Opera, which was sold to China about 4 or 5 years ago. And China, and Bob and I talked about that a lot. And then we decided, we weren't going to recommend it because, for security in China, because China was really going to be running it rather than, I think it was Norway that had it. And then this article came out and Opera. So I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Do you guys got any thoughts on it?
I won't use Opera.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the advantage of being, it was the first third-party browser optimized for Chromebooks. So I don't know. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that, and if you had any thoughts on it, or I haven't loaded it. I haven't put it on but it did come out on 9 to 5 Google today, which I thought was sort of interesting.
But if you read that headline, it's the first third party. Why would you use a third party when you have Chrome itself? That's first party.
Yeah.
And third party in this case is you're giving your information to China. I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
Me too. All right. Well, okay. I thought I'd get your opinion on that. Now, this was another interesting one. This was Google Pay now is going to be. Go ahead. Did you say?
Are you getting feedback from talking in my room here? I need to
probably
mute. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. This is Google Pay, and Google Pay now is going to have support for COVID-19 vaccination cards. And this is going to be able to put however it's going to go in there. Do you know anything about this, Bob? You're shaking your head. Have you got?
Simple. I'm not going to share my COVID information, whether I didn't have, how many vaccines I had, what vaccines I received. It's my business.
Right. Also,
as soon as you put it into an app, you're in essence sharing it.
Right.
If you're not going to share your card and make your card available, putting it on your phone, yes, you have some control, because unless it gets hacked, and then of course it's everybody else's business.
Right. Well, what I did with mine is I just took a picture of it on Google Photos and kept it as in Google Photos, because if you ever need to show somebody, if you go whatever, or you lose the card, at least I have it, and I just took a picture of it. So that's a way that I dealt with it. But I don't know much about this. Just came out this morning.
I put mine in Evernote.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I keep a copy of everything in that.
Yeah.
If I needed to, I can get it from New Mexico Healthcare, a copy.
Right. This was interesting. This is Bob. You talked about this before. Google's clamping down on the problem with Chrome extensions, and they are going to require developers to enable two-factor authentication to keep the bad guys out. This has been a big problem the last 6 months, hasn't it?
Yep, it has. We've had more than once where an app has had 1,000 people that are using it, and they didn't realize until Google or somebody else came out and said, "Hey, They're stealing all your information, but you wanted that app so bad that you allowed it to be installed. People don't realize when you install an app, before you install it, they have to tell you what they need access to. Look at those things, because if you have something that is supposed to do a certain job, it only requires to have access to certain parts of your phone or tablet. Don't grant it access to the world. And most of them will ask for the world. I want access to your emails, your photographs, your texts, and everything else. And the only thing I'm doing is something that maybe requires access to your camera, but it doesn't need anything else. So
if you go to the Android store and you want to download an app, how do you know which app is safe?
Well, number one, look for an app that only requires access to what it needs to perform its task. If it asks for more than that, bypass it, find another one.
Okay. What about the reviews? Like under the apps, there's lots of reviews, 3-star, 4-star. Do you hold much work on that? What do you think about that?
Depends on where the reviews are coming from. Are they solicited or are they, okay? Again, you don't know. We've had some stores recently in the news that just got canned because they paid to have solicited ads. I'm the greatest product in the world. Yeah, well, you got paid to say that. And as soon as that's the case, then there's no validity to a review.
Right. Okay. All right. Bob, you posted this one.
I did.
Huge PC performance in the following months. Now, I do have as you know, in the past, I've been a flight simmer and I've been really keen, and I have a super fast machine, and I've got all the flight sim gear. I was going to get going on this. The problem is it's so addictive, and I have so many other things going right now and running all these shows. I honestly haven't been involved in it. It's loaded, but I haven't updated. I really haven't done anything because I'm so worried about it's so addictive. Like I just can't afford to spend 2 or 3 hours a day flying airplanes. But it is.
I feel the same about almost any of those games that are out there. And you really, to get good at any of them, you've got to spend a lot of time, and then you start getting addicted and spending too much time. And I got enough things that I don't get to now. I don't want to have any more.
Right.
My wife plays solitaire. That's the only games we play in this house.
well, worse than that now, it is with YouTube, because let's say you wanted to take off in a Cessna and you wanted to look at the flight management system of the, in the flight management system on the console. Well, there's a lot of YouTube videos you can go and you can play, and they tell you how to use it. There's all the other videos that go along, and you can just spend hours and hours learning this. And really it's just time that you're sitting in front of a computer. So I spent my time yesterday. I spent all day making that birthday card for Hewie, so I could play it.
Yep.
I could play.
You're going to make me feel bad.
So that I could play this, your happy birthday card. Happy birthday for tomorrow. That was my that's what I did. I made you a gift. So that was that's what I did. All right. Anyway, well, yes, and also big changes with this, because the problem, of course, is that the for those of you who might want to get into Microsoft Flight Simulator, is the video card that you need, and you need a very high-end video card to get the frame rates that you need, and they are extremely difficult to get. So this is going to change all that and allow it to get faster speeds with lower requirements. So
yeah, the guy almost doubled his speed.
Yeah, I was reading that.
30 to 60 frames a second. That's quite a bit.
Yeah. Now this is Bob. Can you tell us about this? This was you posted this. This is spoofed scam call deadline met. I'm really interested about this. Can you give us tell us about this?
Sure. All 3 carriers have met the Telephone Robocall Abuse Criminal Enforcement and Defense Act. That's what it's called. They had a deadline of the 30th of June to start putting this into effect. And in essence, what this does, well, I'm not going to tell you what it does. The video is there. Let people go ahead and play it. That's why I put it up there.
All right.
You spent all that time making the card. I spent all the time making a video.
Okay, good. So bottom line is,
and this tells you that hopefully this will put a dent, not in all, but in a lot of the robocalls, the ones that have the local number, where they're spoofing that number. That's primarily what this is about.
Okay. Well, that's good news. And they don't have to really do anything about it. Like, you don't have to sign up for it or anything like that. It's just going to happen.
No, all the carriers have already implemented and are complying with that regulation.
Oh man, it would be so nice not to get all those robocalls. Oh man.
It's not going to eliminate all of them. That's not what this is all about. But the spoofing of local numbers, you get a local phone call, you figure it's somebody in the neighborhood, a neighbor or somebody, because it's coming right from your local area code. And it's not. It's somebody from who knows where. It spoofed the number and you thought it was local and it's really not.
Right. Let's, before we sort of move on with this, let me just do a few of the comments, the comments that we've got. Jeff says, TPM, yes. Gerald says, the big problem is the security check. Yes, indeed. Chris says, I see Best Buy is advertising. Oh, really? With Windows 11 on it. Did you know that, Bob?
Yep.
Really? So they've got Windows 11 on computers already.
What they're saying is, I believe it's
Windows 11 ready.
Oh, so it's not. So
it comes with Windows 10, and it guarantees that you can upgrade it to 11 once it's released.
Okay.
I may have to get one of the cheap ones just to be able to play with it in advance.
Well, I'm already on Windows 11 on one of my computers.
That. Yeah, but the only computer that I have that will do that is my main computer, and I'm not about to make a beta machine out of it.
I've not had any problems, but mine is not my main. My main one doesn't work on Windows 11.
That may change, as we said.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm still hoping it will change.
So Olive Cousin asked about, is Ray back home? Yes, Ray is home.
Yep.
Yes, his record collection is fine. Yes, everything is okay. His house is fine. And Ray will be there on Monday. He will be there and in full music, whatever we'll call him, music, playing music. Now, I will tell you, and I'm going to be making, I'm thinking I'll make a video for this weekend, this week, is his playlist. Like when I was out cycling the other day, I had his playlist on. I was listening to all the music. So remember that we've created a playlist of all his recommended songs. It's available, on our newsletter, and you can just save that playlist and you can sit there. There's 3 hours worth of songs. You just listen to them, and it'll just keep playing all those songs, all those great songs he had. So, Ron, if you were to buy a Wise in Arizona and return to camp, are you supposed to pay something additional to Canada? Only if you tell them.
If you catch me.
Yeah, you can bring back lots of junk. They don't really. I mean, you're limited. I think it's $600 or $800 of stuff you can bring back. It's a couple of years since I came back, but it's it's about $800 worth of stuff that you can bring back.
It's only $200.
Yeah. Maybe the Amazon is armed with glitter bomb. I don't know, but come on, you guys, you just gotta think someone's gonna steal that. I think that is such a hoot.
I thought maybe it'll electrocute you if you steal it.
Yeah, maybe. All it says, hey, only 3 likes so far. Dick, they frequently ask for contacts, access to contacts. That's right. For your extensions, they want all your contact information. Yeah. Did I tell you about I tell you this before about the beer app that was, I told you the beer app started. Okay. Yep. I don't want to repeat myself. Oh, George says, George is here. George, I looked at Avast Omni. It looks like Net Sanity. Comments on that?
Could be. Avast isn't the only one that has a device that hooks onto mine is a combination router and modem that monitors all the things that have internet access IP ports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a Fingbox, Fing, and I think it was on one of the crowdfunding things. So I paid for it before it came out and got it before Avast came out with theirs. And I've been running it ever since. It's been updated software wise, and I get reports every month plus every day, and I can go and look at what's going on in my system.
The difference with the Avast product is it's a combination of hardware and software.
Yeah,
and
so is
they're
my
integrated.
Fingbox.
So, yep.
My Fingbox is as well.
It has an antivirus program and a malware and a rootkit, so on and so forth, all part of. See, that's where Avast has got the integration,
Right.
Full integration.
Well, George says maybe a good topic for Monday. Might be something to think about, eh, Bob? I mean, it's been out now for what, a year now?
Over a year.
Over a year, eh? Okay.
Yep.
Might be interesting.
Well, those of you that have me for the presentation, there's quite a bit in that presentation that talks specifically about Omni and what it does and all the other things. So
that's actually a good point to bring up. We're now moving. We'll be quickly through the summer, and then you'll be probably out doing your traveling again. So I guess clubs should start thinking about maybe booking you in for a presentation.
Yep, and you can always get me on Zoom.
Yeah,
it's still an interactive presentation.
Right.
It isn't like, okay, here's a video, and when we finish, I'll stop the video, and you can now start asking questions if you can remember.
Right.
Because a Zoom presentation, if it's done properly, it's a live presentation.
Right.
We interact with each other.
Okay. I just put this on there, the deal alert. I just want to let everyone know that, man, there are so many Chromebooks coming out now, and they are so cheap that, there's all sorts of deals that are there. So if you are looking for a Chromebook, I usually will post them on this site as well. So just keep watching. Why does Windows 11 need a TPM chip? Bob, do you want to explain that?
Well, it's primarily for security, to make sure that you don't wind up with a compromised system.
Hewie, do you have any comments or?
They've also now stated, and this is directly from Microsoft, that in countries that don't have the same requirements as Europe, United States, they may not necessarily have to have a TPM chip. China, and some of Russia, some of the other countries where not Uncle Sam, but Uncle who knows who is watching everything you do. Well, the requirement isn't that you be totally secure, and they may forego the TPM2 chip in those countries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's not really fair to the rest of the world.
So computers, there may be different classes of computers. There could be some made with TPM and some aren't.
They're going to make allowances for those countries where the country spies on everything you do. So no TPM chip. And some of the other restrictions are also being modified.
Man, this is getting complicated.
Google has a modified search engine that's used for China.
All right. Okay, now I put this in for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor sells car to pay for 7-year-old son's app store bill. Now, the reason I put this in here because I have, as you all know, I have a Fitbit Sense watch. And part of when I signed up and got my Fitbit Sense watch, you put the app on your cell phone, and in the app, I got a free subscription to the sleep analysis that Fitbit has. It's a separate thing they do, and it's a $10 a month thing. I got it for free, right? And so I thought, well, I got it for free. I don't usually use it, but what the heck? as most people will probably do. Well, when I'm reconciling my bills, my American Express bill the other day, I got this bill that suddenly came in, and you get lots from Google and Amazon. There's all this stuff that comes in, and bingo, it started charging me $10 a month because the 6th month is over. So the reason I put this up is that it is important that everybody remembers to look and see what you're paying for on these services. Particularly Amazon, I find, is easier to figure out, maybe because I use it more often, but I'm getting a lot of Google charges as well. And, it's hard sometimes to figure out what you're actually getting charged for. And so I think you're going to have to spend some time figuring this out, because it can add up, right? It can add up at the end of the day. And if you're paying for a lot of stuff that you're not using, that's not a good thing. So do you guys keep track of that, or any comments on that?
My calendar, the second that I sign up for something that gives me 3 months for free, well, my calendar has a reminder that pops up first thing in the morning when it's time to go in and say, thanks, but no thanks. I don't need you.
Mm-hmm. Well, but also we need to keep a watch on those, because they can sneak up and people have been paying over and over and over and over for services that they never use, and they don't even know they're being billed for, right?
And you need to check your bills every month anyway,
right?
Because the bad guys, a lot of times, they don't charge big stuff the first time or two. They may buy something for $10 or $12 just to test to see if they get away with it.
That's right.
And then they'll try it again the next month for an item that you might even just overlook because you got a lot of charges on there. And then bingo, then they hit you big time.
I had one debit card, $1.99, $19.99, and then $199.99, all within a couple of minutes. But they tested and made sure the $1.99 went through, and then they did the $20 one, and then they did the $200 one. But by then it had already stopped. And I was alerted by the bank, hey, this is not quite right.
Yeah. Now, Hewie, you have YouTube TV, right?
That's correct.
And so they've just announced they're launching the 4K plus services.
Yeah, for about $5 extra a month.
What do you think? Is it worth it? Or are you going to get it, or what? I'm
not. I don't watch enough 4K movies to worry about it and make it worthwhile.
Right.
I did get an offer from YouTube TV to get a free TiVo streaming device, and I got this TiVo streaming device, and it didn't have YouTube on it. I had to install it.
Oh yeah.
YouTube TV, and then when I run it, it locks up. I've got to call TiVo and find out what the problem is. But it's the only one that doesn't work, and that's the one that paid for it. So
really, so you like YouTube TV? You're happy. Dewey always talks about you. Dewey has as well YouTube TV, and he really likes it. He's done a lot of talking about that, and you like it as well, eh?
Yeah, it's got a lot of good channels in it, but I also like the unlimited DVR capabilities of it. So I can I record every, I watch everything time sliced. I pretty much don't watch live TV at all. And then I got Lowcast for watching live TV, which you can't DVR it, but when there's something on that I do want to watch live, I can watch it on Lowcast and still get a really good picture as well. So I've been happy with Lowcast. I do pay the $5 a month for Lowcast because otherwise every 5 or 10 minutes you get an ad pop up, and then about every 10 or 15 minutes it sets you back and you got to sign in again. So if you pay the $5 a month, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Cool. I put this up there. This is about SIM cards, eSIM cards, actually. T-Mobile uses an eSIM to let you iPhone owners test it out. I just wanted to let everybody know that what a SIM card is. A SIM, a lot of people don't know. They go and they buy their phone and it's got the SIM card in. There's two types of SIM cards. Most phones actually have it's a physical card that goes in there, and this card is from T-Mobile. It's from your carrier, and it has the information in there that allows you to connect to the network. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is that there are usually two SIM card holders in your phone. Again, it depends on which phone you have, but you can actually have two SIM cards in there, and you can actually have them both activated. Now, so you can receive calls from two different numbers if you have the dual capability. Now, you can only send out on one system, or you have to switch the cards, except with e-cards. And certainly the Pixel phone, you can do this. You can actually have an e-card, and you can have a physical SIM card in there, and you can receive phone calls from two different numbers and actually send on two different numbers. So just let everyone know that it is possible with these cards, because a lot of these phones have two slots for two of them. And as we move into eSIMs or electronic SIMs, you're going to see lots more options coming with these cards. So it's sort of interesting. Now, people would say, why the heck do you want? I don't want to pay for one card. I have to pay for two, right? But if you are somebody, it's in a critical situation. Maybe you're a farmer and you've got big areas of land you're tilling, and when you go over the hill, you lose service on one carrier. You might need service on the other carrier to switch over right away, because you've got trucks over there waiting to pick up your stuff. Or you could be an architect on a big building, and you're up there with a bunch of people doing surveys, and you need to talk, and your cell won't work because the tower that you've got is blocked or something. So there are some interesting applications of this, but a lot of people don't know what SIMs are and how to change them.
Another thing about this that I was listening to one of the podcasts just this morning is the fact that T-Mobile has probably the best of the 5G systems out there, and this allows people to test it and try it and see that they can use it and switch to them. So it's a great advertisement, an advertising gimmick for them to get more customers and lure people away from the other providers. And until the other providers get more 5G capabilities, it's going to be a big benefit to T-Mobile.
Just wanted to bring everyone up to date. Jolin's listening. Welcome, Jolin's. Jolin's here. Of course, we see Jolin all the time. She is on another group that we talk to all the time, Tinkering with Tech with Michael Daniels. Michael Daniels will be on the show this month on Tech for Senior Live. He's agreed and will be here, as well as Chris Gould's going to come. I said she was feeling a little hurt that we asked Jim and not her, so I thought we better get her on this month. So we're gonna have Chris is going to come on. But they're busy, man. They are traveling all over in their motorhome. They've got they're doing lots of shows. Olive says welcome, and everything is going good. All right, let's get back to what we're doing here. This was really interesting. Apple stores over 8 million terabytes of iCloud data on Google servers. And I thought this was interesting. Not that I mean, obviously they share stuff around, but when you actually looked at how much Apple pays for that service, I think it was roughly $300 million a month. Big amounts of data, big amounts of storage. And as I talked earlier this year about Google making on YouTube, in one quarter, the last quarter they made $24 billion, but it cost them $16 billion to make that money. And so the cost of online storage is expensive. It's hard because there's all the software, the hardware, the engineers, the underground cities that they have with these massive storages, and it costs a lot of money. And I guess the reason that I brought that up is sometimes people, when they complain about Google charging $2 a month or something for storage or for Google Photos. There's a cost, like a big cost to this, and you either pay it. Someone's got to pay the cost, and if it's for free, you've got advertising. If it's not for free, then you got to pay something for it. And that's just the way it is. It's expensive to run these online services. So anyway, enough of that.
More and more stuff is going to be online.
Yes.
Eventually, your operating system will work online and will just be on.
That's right. In fact, Hewie talked about that,
Yep.
and we talked about that actually quite a bit. But some of the preliminary, was it $200 for the year, or was it a month? I can't remember what the.
No one said.
No one said, eh? All right. Anyway, Amazon Music, all sorts of stuff with Disney Plus, all sorts of stuff.
6 months, 6 month worth of Disney Plus if you sign up for Amazon Music.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Disney Plus is doing very well too.
It is. And you know, we watched it the other day, and there's some really good stuff on Disney Plus. I really like it. Oh, this was interesting, you guys. Did you hear about this? Windows 11 could improve laptop battery life with a new dynamic refresh rate. So there are other things other than, so I guess it's going to address some of the chronic problems we have with battery life and memory storage and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be some newer things coming along with this. What do you guys think about? Did you guys read any more articles about this stuff?
Just new technologies they're trying out with this new version of Windows.
Augmented reality apps for iPhone and Android. That's sort of cool. There's a whole bunch of augmented reality apps that you can put on either your Android phone or your iPhone, and it's sort of cool. You know, you can actually see it overlays the stuff onto the screen, and you can actually go to furniture stores, and some of them you can see what the furniture looks like in your room. In other words, it'll overlay the couch. When you're looking at your picture of your room, you can overlay it and see what the couch would look like in your room. I thought that's pretty cool. I think some of the furniture companies have that.
Hey, you only got 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
What?
This hour has screamed by.
Oh, Murray wrote an article here.
Looks like a book.
Short book.
Book. What did he write here? Back in the old days, when paper credit card receipts, we had a credit limit of $2,500. Someone bought a $12,000 computer. The merchant refunded the U.S. amount immediately, but it took me 3 months to get CIBC to reverse the charges of the difference in the exchange rate on what I was being then refunded. During that time, the guy in the fraud department wanted to add the charges for shipping and treated us as if we were criminals. I only got it resolved by sending a snail mail. There you go. Well, Murray.
Those charges that I had on my fraudulent charges, yes, they stopped it, but it still took 8 weeks for it to actually be reversed. So for 8 weeks, that's why I say never, ever use a debit card. Always use a credit card.
Absolutely.
And that is the last time I actually ripped up. I used the scissor and cut the hell out of that debit card. No more debit card for anything, because debit card is like paying for cash, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get it back.
Yeah, when I opened up a checking account, they wanted to give me a debit card, and I said I did not want it, and they had to do some things to make sure I didn't get one, but I made sure I didn't get a debit card.
That's true. And you know, we've all done security talks, and that's the first thing we always put in our security talks is don't use a debit card. I mean, whether it's buying airline tickets, it's buying cruise tickets, whatever you're purchasing, it's just not a good thing to use a debit card, because it's like paying cash, right, Bob?
Yep.
It's like paying cash.
I understand that there are people who can't have credit cards. Their credit just doesn't warrant them having a credit card, and they're stuck with a debit card, because in essence, a debit card is a direct charge against your checking account. But if you have a choice, never ever use a debit card. Always use a credit card. Guess what, guys? I have to leave because I am having lunch with one of my daughters.
Well, you take off and you have a good lunch, and Hewie and I will close out. I had one last thing. Okay, thanks, Bob. We'll see you
See
on.
you later, Bob.
We'll see you on. We'll see you on Monday. Okay.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Yep. Bye. So here, the last thing I want to just mention was this. Did you see this new Dell Ultra Sharp webcam, the 4K DSLR? This just came out from Dell, and it was interesting because a lot of the people in doing a lot what we do, a lot of streaming services and stuff like that, they use mirrorless DSLR cameras, right? And they use the actual camera, and then they use that instead of a webcam, like a Logitech webcam. But DSLR mirrorless cameras are expensive. They're $600, $700, $800. This is interesting, and this is to compete with that. And Dell just brought that out, and particularly people who do a lot of streaming services and stuff like that, it improves the clarity of the picture.
Yeah, I've got a new webcam coming, and they have 3 different lenses that you can get for it. It comes with one, and you have a choice of which one you want. And then there's 2 others that you can just unscrew the lens and then screw a different lens on it. And I'm kind of anxious to get it, but it's at least a month away.
Indeed. Well, one of the things. So anyway, it's 10 o'clock. It's top of the hour.
Yeah.
I wanted to wish you a happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Once more, happy birthday. There you go. So do you have anything specially planned for tomorrow?
No, actually, we celebrated it on this past Sunday. Had some relatives come in, and spent the day with them here celebrating it. So, no, I probably won't do much different tomorrow.
Okay. Well, everyone, thanks so much for coming. It's been an interesting hour. Man, it went by fast. I had a great cup of coffee, and we will see everybody Monday for the Monday show. And we will, stay safe. We will have a special announcement next week. We're going to actually have a giveaway next week. So just be sure and come next week. It will be interesting to see.
Yeah, you might get yourself a prize.
You might get yourself a prize. So we're not going to tell you what it is, but so come along and have a look and see what happens next week. So we will see everybody Monday. Be sure and if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, it'll be going out. We'll send out our Saturday newsletter on Saturday. So please sign up for that at www.techforsenior.com. But until we see you again.
And wait a minute. Don't forget to go to Hewie.net and sign up for my newsletter as well.
Yes. Good point. Thanks, Hewie. Hewie.net. Yep. Good. All right. We will wish everybody a happy Canada Day. And at 4th of July, I guess next Monday will be the 4th of July. So big celebration.
We'll celebrate 4th of July with everybody that wants to join us.
We will. And remember, that's Dewey's big birthday.
Yeah.
So I gotta make him I'll make him a birthday card for Monday.
Well,
we'll play it on the show.
He's not seeing this one. You could use the same one over again.
Hey, maybe I'll do that. Okay. All right. We'll see everyone soon. Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.